Hi everyone, it's Sandy Bacus here. My channel name is sandybstitcher, and this is a video about cross stitch and a little bit of chat about my husband with Parkinson's and my PMR. So I'm going to get right to it. This is going to be a really quick one. I said I'd be back in 2 weeks, and it's 2 weeks in a day, I think, or 2 weeks and 2 days, or who cares. Anyways, just to let you guys know, I'm feeling better than I was the last time that I saw you. I have been on a steady dosage of prednisone now for, I don't know, maybe it's been over a week. And on a steady dose, things aren't that bad. I actually can get a few things done. Still have to take naps a few times a week, but it's a lot better. I'm going to have to start tapering, though. I think I have till the end of this week. And then I'm going to have to go from 20 milligrams a day to 17 and a half. And that means I probably will start feeling bad again. So it is what it is. We just have to do the best we can with it and see how it goes. So if you guys can hang in there with me, I can hang in there and get through it. So I also did want to let you know about my husband. He has been causing me a lot of problems. Within the last couple of months, I think I told you that he had really been falling a lot more. And there was one day there where he fell 8 to 10 times in one day. And then there were other days where he was falling 4 or 5 times. He started seeing people that weren't there. He was telling me, he came in from outside and told me that there were kids over next door. Well, they have a couple of kids over there. So I said, well, maybe they have visitors. Well, he didn't tell me he meant outside of the fence and practically on our property. So I went outside because it sounded like there was a bird trying to build a nest in the air conditioner. So I went outside, and when I came back through the porch, he said to me, those kids ran away when they saw you coming out there. And I said, Bob, there's no kids out there. And he said, yeah, there is. He says, they must have run back in the woods. So I walked out there and down the path, and I looked and I listened, and there was nobody. He told me there was 5 or 6 kids, and there was nobody out there. So then I came back, and I'm explaining to him that there's nobody out there, and there's nobody out further in the woods either. And then he said, well, that guy's right there, and he's whispering it so the guy can't hear him, okay? And he says, there's a guy sitting in a chair right over there on the edge of the lawn. And I looked, and I says, there's nobody over there. And he said, oh my God, what's happening to me? And I said, well, you're hallucinating. And he was like, oh my God. And he says, there's not a guy there? I said, no, there's not a guy there. And so, and he has been hearing voices. He's been talking to people that aren't there, but this is when he has his eyes closed. He's not always asleep, but he's carrying on conversations with people. In fact, he told me one evening when I went downstairs that he was angry with me, and I said, why? He says, because you came down here. He says, I heard you come down here, and you stood right behind my chair where I couldn't see you. And he says, I told you to talk, and you wouldn't talk. And I said, Bob, I wasn't down here, and I wasn't behind your chair, and I most definitely wouldn't talk if you told me to talk. And so he's like, man, I'm losing it. I said, no, you're not losing it. That's part of Parkinson's. And so because of all the falling and everything, and oh my gosh, he's so bruised up. And he took a bad spill in a restaurant, and I've got him using the walker, finally. He's not happy about it, but he's using it. And he's outside right now riding round on the lawnmower, which he's okay with that. But I'm getting to the point where I don't want to leave him. I really don't want him to go and get in the car and go anywhere, because he went someplace last week, and when he got to where he was going, he fell there. And he said, well, people come and help me. I said, yeah, that's not the point. The point is one of these times you're going to break something. He said, I know. So I'm kind of at the point where if he wants to go someplace, I feel I have to take him and go from there. But I did call his doctor because he's not due to go in there to the neurologist until the beginning of December. So they checked and they said they didn't have any open appointments, but they would check with the doctor and see if he should be given one of the emergency appointments. And so they called me back today and they said that the nearest emergency appointment that they have, that the doctor said he should come in, is November 10th. So it's a little more than a month away, but it's better than being 2 months away. So he does have an appointment scheduled, and I'm just going to try to really keep my eye on him and make sure that he's using the walker and that I'm with him. And I took him out. I think that if he could get some exercise where he's prolonged walking, maybe it'll start building up those muscles and he won't be so weak. So I took him out in the driveway yesterday walking. Today we went to Arby's for lunch and then drove over to, there's a college around the corner from Arby's, and they have a arboretum behind it. So we drove over there, we ate our lunch in the car, and then I took him out onto the concrete paths, and I walked with him a little bit, and then they had benches, so I let him sit and rest, and then had him get up and walk a little bit more, and he did pretty good. And then he said he wanted to go back to the car, so we did. So he's moving very slowly, but at least he was up, he was moving, and using the walker. And when I see that he's doing things with the walker that he shouldn't, I explain to him, don't pick it up. The wheels will turn because it's a rollator, so it has 4 wheels on it. And trying to get him used to using it and on different surfaces. And hopefully in exercising with him, I'm going to try to do it just about every day that we can and get him maybe built back up. So, and that's all I'm going to say. Prayers are appreciated if you're a praying person. Good thoughts if you're not a praying person. And we're just going to keep going. The rest of the family is doing okay. My brother, Lori, Olivia, everybody seems to be doing okay. My other brother and his wife who had the motorcycle accident, I think they're doing okay. So, and I'm doing okay. So other than my mouth is so dry, so I keep licking my lips. It's the prednisone dries you out. Okay, now I did have a purchase, so I wanted to show you. Kathy, Crafty Cat Stitcher, has opened an Etsy shop, and she is making some needle minders and I think some scissors fobs, and I'm not sure what else. And her husband was making these. They're for 1 pair of scissors. And you can see it here. It has a little hole in the top. And, Webroot just decided right now to do a scan, so it came up right in the middle of my screen. We'll just minimize that. Okay, and he's making these, and I thought it was quite pretty, and so I ordered one from her, and my little stork scissors fit right in there. And I like it because when I was done stitching, I was setting these down around my stitching someplace, and then I couldn't find them. They'd fall down through the couch cushions or something. Now I have a table sitting right there, so this is on the table. When I'm done stitching, I stick them right in here, and when I come back to stitch, I know where my scissors are. So this is working out great. So thank you, Kathy's husband. And also from her, I ordered a needle minder. At the time when I went in her store, a lot of her things had already been sold. So I don't know if she's put more out there since, but I got, if I can get it out of here, because these two are stuck together in here. Get them out. Whoa, that one just fell. Okay. This is the one I purchased from her. Isn't it pretty? And I think that is so pretty. And then she sent me a freebie. And look, it's a little kitty. And since I have kitties, I just love the kitties. So thank you very much, Kathy. I appreciate that. And please go and check out her Etsy shop, Crafty Cat Stitcher. I believe that's the name of the shop too. Okay, now I'll show you what I was stitching because I don't want this to be very long. And so the first thing that well, not the first, but one of the things I continued to stitch on was Free Kittens. This is by Imaginating and Diane Arthurs. And this chart is an older one. It is from 1997. And it was a gift to me. It was gifted to me with the fabric, called for fabric, and the floss by, now if I can remember, I think it was Susie Scott. I think. I don't have it written down here. And here's where I am. There is no major progress, but there is some progress. I had been working, I brought this part of the border down a little bit and the one color down a little further. I worked on this wing over here, down the arm and down into here where she's going to be holding a cat. I worked a little bit on this middle, and I worked on this one, the arm over here on this side, and I think some of this wing. I can't remember for sure. But that's where it's at. And this one may be going back upstairs for a while so that I can work on something else. Not sure yet. And then this one is the pumpkin, and I don't have a picture of it. I told you guys before that it was a free chart that I picked up down at Keepsakes in Cincinnati, Ohio, and it did not have, it was just a chart, and it didn't have any information on it as to who designed it, where it came from, anything. So it's a picture of a pumpkin and a fall scene, and all I did was fill in a little more on this leaf right here. And that's about all. I just picked this up, I think, one time. But I've been spending almost all of my time on Shades of Summer. And I think you'll be pleased with where it's at. I know I am. And I just have to get it over here and take my, get my needle minders off and get it out of the Q-snap. And if I continue to stitch on it the way I have been, it's going to be done before the end of October. I looked at the thing on Pattern Keeper this morning. I think I'm pretty close to only having 5% to do. And so that's pretty doggone close. And let me put this over here. And I'm going to turn this around and hold this up. And I'm going to start with the top, because you know the top is done. And fold that down a little bit more. And I'm going to bring it up. Bring it up. See? All we have left is that little corner over there. Isn't it beautiful? I am just, oh, I can't keep holding this arm up. My left arm is bothering me a little, but look at it. Isn't it something? Only that little bit to do. So it's almost there. It is almost there. And I'm excited about it, which I should be. Let me show it to you again. There we go. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to tell y'all that I am not coming back to do another video until this is done. So my next video, it's going to be done. And I have been, the last few days, I've been doing, well, not yesterday, but the 2 days before that, I did over 300 stitches on each one of those days. So it is going to be done before the end of the month. I am putting a really big push on it. For the next couple of weeks, I probably won't stitch on much else than this so that I can get it finished, because I want to then start stitching on some other things. And Angie, what is her? She keeps changing her name on stuff. Anyways, Angie, you know who you are. That's what's important. If I know who you are and you know who you are, we're good. Anyways, she got Mini Mount Cabin Home from Hape during their 50% off sale. And she started it. And so we're going to kind of stitch together. So I want to get this one done so that I can start stitching on Mini Mount Cabin Home for a while to be able to stitch with her. So that's my plan. You know, I don't make too many plans because plans have a habit of falling apart. So I don't worry about plans too much. But that's where we're at. Things are okay. I hope everybody out there is okay. I enjoy you people. I enjoy your comments. If there is anybody who has left a comment that I didn't reply to or heart, that means I never saw it. Facebook did some changing on where the comments are. It took me a little while to be able to figure out that I didn't have to go to each individual video looking for them, and I finally found where they're at. Why they keep changing everything, I don't know. You know, for us older people, change is not such a good thing all the time. So anyways, I'm glad you're here. And if you have recently subscribed, I hope that you enjoy my channel. Right now, it's not the channel that it used to be because of all the problems that I'm going through, but I hope that it will be again soon, and I'll have much more stitching to show you. And I guess that's about it, because right now all I'm doing is just rambling. So I'm glad you stopped by. I hope you will come back. I hope you will like the video. I hope you will leave me a comment if you can. And if not, I see how many views there are, so I know there's people watching. And that's all that counts. And if you are doing videos yourself and you don't think I've watched, then send me an email at sandybstitcher.com, or not sandybstitcher@gmail.com, and let me know, or leave me a comment below with your channel name, and I'll try to get over there. I've not been watching very much TV, so I am way behind on watching videos. But hopefully soon I'll be able to start watching again. And lately I've just been kind of sitting quietly so that I can listen for what Bob is doing. So I guess that's it. Oh, one other thing that I was just going to mention, for Facebook, I have joined some Parkinson's support groups for caregivers and for people with Parkinson's. I've also joined support groups for PMR, which, if you're new here and you don't know, I have an autoimmune disease called polymyalgia rheumatica, and it is similar to things like rheumatoid arthritis and lupus and stuff like that. It attacks the muscles, and for me, it's mostly the shoulders and upper arms. And I am taking prednisone every day to handle the pain, but I still have some pretty bad days. So I joined support groups for that, and it's making it difficult for me to see anything on Facebook from my family and friends. So what I'm thinking about doing is creating a couple of different Facebook pages for myself. And I think I'm going to have one that's going to be sandybstitcher, so that affects anybody that watches my videos that is Facebook friends with me. Once I create that, I'm going to let you all know that. I think what I'll do is I'll put something on there and tag you all and ask you to be friends with me on there and unfriend me on my regular one, so that I can kind of make that one for family and friends, and then I'm going to create another one for those support groups, so that I can keep this stuff straight, because I've been just having a heck of a time trying to keep going through this the last few days. So, okay, I have talked way too long, and I'm going to get off of here and let you all go, and I wish you all the best. I hope you have great stitching, and I will see you again when Shades of Summer is done, and hopefully that's going to be within, today is, and I didn't tell you again, it's Monday, and it's October 5th, and hopefully I will come back and see you during the week of the 18th through the 24th. Do you think I can get it done by then? Wish me luck. Send me some comments that say, go, go, or something, you know. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Love and hugs to you all.